What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, my people? This is the Fox Silver from Raw With It podcast, and I got a special guest with us tonight, my brother Cashmere. Give it up for Cashmere, everybody. Yeah. I hope we do get some credits for that goddamn Fiji shout out.
Let me say it one more time. I just drink the good stuff, Fiji. We just
Do,
play it like
hey,
it's water.
do the good stuff. Do the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so let me turn that down a little bit. All right. So it's been a long time, people. I know y'all been wondering where the Fox been. Life been lifing. Not anything bad. Just that we've been busy. So we're gonna try to pick up the routine like we had it before, so we can get some new followers and hopefully Casimir will start joining us on a regular basis and everything.
Mhm.
We started doing something earlier, but we had a little technical difficulties, so we couldn't really finish everything. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to kick it off right now. So Ronesha, she's not here. She was on earlier. She had to cut out real quick. She put a poll out on a bunch of different platforms and just asked people to give us questions that they would like answered or need some advice. You know what I'm saying? So I got a list of questions, and me and Casimir, we're gonna try to do our best in answering them. All right, Cas. All right, Cas.
Mhm. I'm ready. However you wanna go about it. We just have some fun trying to bring
That's it.
enlightenment to the situation.
That's it. Just a little
That's
fun.
it. That's all.
Hold up, where my music at? Let me put the music on, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put the music on, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Gotta get that. Gotta get it right.
Oh shit, that's Ronisha. Is she coming back on? Hold on. Can she? Is she trying to come on? Answer. I'm trying to see if I can answer her call. Where's she at?
Oh shit! It's my nap
Oh,
time world.
oh shit.
It's my nap time world. I need a nap or a snack. One of the two.
Here we go. Did she call? Nah. Yes, she did call. All right, let me hit her back. I think you're gonna be able to hear her. I'm gonna let her know that I'm gonna send her another link. All right, I'll send it to her a different way. Let's get this party started. All right, let's see. I'll let her know that's the new link. But whatever that music is, that ain't cutting it. That ain't it.
Are you ready
That
to
ain't
see
it.
your brand on
That
TV?
ain't it.
Your competitors will
Yeah,
wish they
nah,
had.
that ain't it. Let's get the right shit going. All right, all right, all right. Copyright free. They say it's copyright free, but they be lying, Casimir.
I know they want you to pay for it.
Non-copyrighted music. All right, let's see what that sounds like. It ain't. I want something longer so that. All right, let's try this. Let's try. Let's try this.
On my bad bitches.
All right, there she go.
He fucking with me. Is this bitch okay? He said he ain't fucking around. I look at him like, okay. I used to
All
be
right, all right. All right, welcome Ronisha. Ronisha's back on the line, y'all. We had some technical difficulties. We're gonna start it all over. Give it up for Ronesha. Ronesha made it back. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome back, Ronisha. All right, Ronisha, we're going to start out with the questions again. All right. From the very beginning. From the very beginning.
How can he or she comfortably find a way to tell your partner how to please your body the way that you like to be pleased?
Ooh. Say what? Say what? Excuse me? Excuse me?
Basically, they're saying, how can you comfortably ask your partner
Mm-hmm.
the proper way to please your body
So you
the
saying
way you like
how do you tell your partner where to touch you or not touch you that it feel good or feel bad?
it? Yeah, pretty much.
You know,
Mm. Hmm.
I'm just a guest. Where you gonna go with that, Captain? You first.
Oh,
It's
you
your
got it. You
show.
got it. You're the guest.
I mean,
Take it.
you raw with it. I
We
don't want to
raw
get
with it.
raw with it. It's my first time.
Nah, bro. You must
You
get
gotta
raw
be
with it.
wrong with it. How would you do
Got
in that scenario if you were in
you
a
got
relationship
Right,
and your good partner was not doing it right, how you like
right.
to be done? How would you come to them in a conversation to, have them do it how you like to be done? Either one just trying to, you know,
Well,
figure this
first,
thing out.
I'm gonna say for anybody out there, if you don't have no experience, you can't tell your partner how to please you, and you'll never be comfortable telling your partner something you want them to do if you don't have any experience being successfully involved in that yourself throughout your time of being active. So that's the number one thing. If you don't know what it's like to have it, you
experience.
know, yeah, tattled the way
Yeah.
you want to be tattled, how you gonna tell your girlfriend or your boyfriend, hey, not so hard when for 10 years somebody been doing it hard and you thought that's the way it should be done?
So you going
What's your
in?
that
You
is
you
funny.
You want to be? I'm a guest. I don't want
you
to be wrong.
hey
And hold up. Here's what I mean by that. It's like
yeah
okay, I don't want to tell her to not squeeze my testicles so hard because it might turn her off from something she like doing, and I don't want her to stop. So,
right
that's one way, right? So you don't know how. You have to know how to say because she don't want to hurt you or he don't want to hurt you.
right. You don't want it awkward. You don't want it
Right.
awkward. You
Right.
know
So
what
you
I'm
don't want to
saying?
stand by. You don't want to stand by and let it happen because you don't want the other person to feel rejected because they might not really know themselves either.
Yeah, they might be clueless. Well, then, if that's the case, then I'd say you probably need to have a discussion before you even start. You know what I'm saying? So that you don't have that awkwardness while you're in the act, because you ain't trying to stop once you start.
You got to
You
be.
ain't trying to say, hold up,
You
hold up,
still
hold
got
up,
to
hold up,
speak
hold up.
up.
Yeah, hold up. Wait a minute. Not like that. Not like that. Nah. You want to describe shit in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? You want to
Hmm.
describe it in the beginning, but not give them a map. But I'm just saying. You
That
want you
part.
want to let them know what can and what cannot be done.
No.
Maybe in the story. Maybe in the
No.
story.
No.
What would you do, Kaz? What would you do?
I mean, it really depends on the conditions and the environments. It's like if you together with the person, your question is not time specific. So if you just dating and you might have been intimate once or twice,
Oh,
I see not being upfront at first, but by the
right.
third or fourth time, you should be able to say, you know, we could go a little slower and still make it last longer. We ain't got to rush. You should be able to say something because it feel better when we go slower. I mean, you got to have the experience
Let me tell you.
to make that real when you say it, though.
Let me tell you. This is what I do.
Got to be able to
If
tell them. You got
what
to be
what
telling them, or just
so if
do
it
it without saying.
yeah, if it's like a first time, bro, if it's like you just like if it's first time with the female, right? And we ain't had them discussions because everything just happened like it, spontaneous. And she getting on top of me, and she started like she riding the goddamn Mustang or some shit. You know,
Hmm.
I'm going to control her. I'm going to grab her. I'm going to brace her, maybe without even saying nothing, and I'm going to help her move in the speed that I need her to be. She gonna catch on. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
That's true. That's true. Also,
Nonverbal communication.
right. That's
You know,
totally possible. That's totally
it could
true.
be nonverbal communication. Like if you're skillful, like Cass said, if you're skillful and got experience,
Gotta have the experience.
then you know how to manage the moves. Point blank.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know how to manage the mojo. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Uh huh. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have to reach her. Before you even get your pants off, they reaching down up in there, be like, "Whoa, slow the road,
Slow,
slow the road."
slow. Right.
Because, or you don't say nothing, and it pop off sooner than you expected, and the night's ruined. So what you gonna do? You gonna manage yourself?
What you gonna do?
You're gonna have to say something, or you gonna be like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh, oh, I gotta go home now."
Too soon. Too soon. Too soon.
Too soon, right?
Too soon. Too
So you
soon.
gotta, I think you gotta know, you gotta have the experience to know what to say and make it okay, because that's the only way to tell your partner how to touch you somewhere when you want to be touched, because everybody know what they like from the first time somebody put their hands
Abs-
on them. We already know ahead of time.
Absolutely. We
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 already know
already
ahead of
know.
time.
We already know what we like.
Right, we
You know
already
what I mean?
know. So what's the discussion? That's a little too close. I mean, we already know the discussion.
What you think, Ronisha? Hello, Ronisha.
I'm here. What I think,
Yeah,
um, to tell my partner, a good way to tell my partner how to please my body
yeah.
is all about place and timing. Because I agree with both of y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I
Right.
agree with both of y'all. It's all about placing timing. So it's like we can have that conversation in the middle of it, but not really having a conversation, a little nudge here and there,
Yeah.
Hmm.
or
I agree
you
with
can
that
like
too.
either have like pillow talk. Ain't nothing wrong with pillow talk, having a conversation about what you like to your body,
Yeah.
to how you like your body to be touched in a certain
Hmm.
way.
Right.
But and I want to add to that, it's like the experience goes to man touching his girl, touching a woman, and when she responds, that should tell him that's the right way to
There you
touch
go.
her, because
Hmm.
she told him
Right.
so, by her body language, by her sound, by her sensuality, by her acceptance, by her sound of relief, like, oh, somebody finally found my spot. All that
Right.
good stuff is
Right.
how we learn to touch a person, because most of the time I think women be like, he too dumb to catch on, so why should I even let my best part show? Because he'd be like,
Right.
I tried to show him, but he's stupid, he won't get it.
Yeah. You got to observe. You got to
Right,
listen.
right.
You
You got
know.
to
You
listen
got
to
to.
when she breathe in, and be like,
Right.
oh, I found the spot right there, I gotta go
There it
back in like
is.
10, 20 seconds.
When that back curl up, she on her back and
You go old
everything, and then
school
that
there,
back
Captain.
that that back curl up where she trying to kiss the ceiling with her belly button because that shit feels so good. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
When that back curl up, you're like, I got it now. I got her
And
now.
see, and I,
Yeah.
I think to even take it to a more side level, let's elevate it one more time. A man may not let his woman know, or let a woman know, that he like it right there. When she rubbing his thighs, because I'm tired. If my woman want to rub my thighs, that shit gonna feel good no matter what.
Right. Real
She gonna
talk.
touch me in the right place because I've been standing up all day, and she know that. So she want to be sensuous. She be like, "Come on here, let me just sit there." She already know too, right?
She already know.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So it. So I guess to sum it up, it's like experience,
Right.
timing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
You
reading the other person's
Body.
right.
body, reading their
Reading.
individuality, because
Mm,
everybody's going to respond different. So you got to
Different.
know
that's
that
good there.
that
That's
is
good.
it's going to be different no matter who you with. But you got to know, oh,
Yeah.
that's something somebody like.
I,
Otherwise, they
yeah.
wouldn't go for it.
I hope everybody is taking notes that's listening out there, for all of those that may have wondered but never asked what, where, or why. I hope you're taking notes. All right. We got any more with this? If not, let's move on to the next question.
Let's move on to the next question. What's question number 3? What you got for number 3? I want some
What is
random
the
shit.
what's the best piece of advice that you had in your life?
Best piece of advice I had in my life, huh?
Mm,
You know, I probably had a lot of best pieces of advice that I ignored, but the most important piece of advice I remember is what my mother told me, and she said, "You got to learn how to talk to people."
mm.
She used to say, "You don't know how to talk to people. Learn how to talk to people. You don't know how to talk to people. Boy, you better learn how to talk to people." And I've been working on that shit my whole life. That's the best piece of advice I got.
Learning how
I
to talk
swear,
to people.
God rest her soul, is you know what I mean. But
Right.
she used to be on my ass with that. Boy, you don't know how to talk to people. I mean, like, what you? You know, shut up. You don't know how to talk to people. You better learn how to talk. That was the ass beating I got a lot without ever being hit.
Oh, that lip lash.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That was a constant ass beating, and I don't mean that in an unloving way, because that's a
Mm-mm.
skill today that I've mastered quite a bit. But I don't
Right.
think I'll ever be complete. It's an ongoing learning. But that's the best piece of advice I got. It ain't save money because I'm gonna spend money. It ain't watch where you sleep because I'm gonna have fun with that. And it ain't, or maybe watch your ass because people are dangerous.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
always look out for yourself no matter where you are in the world. That's a good piece
Yeah.
of advice I've gotten
C
that I practice
CYA
every
they
day.
say. Cover your ass.
Cover your ass. You know what I mean? I remember that all the time, and
Yeah.
that includes how I talk to people.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a
True.
that's a that's a that's a trifecta. That go. There's another one, but I'll
Right.
save it for later. But you got to put
Yeah.
those two things together. You can't watch your ass being ignorant with people.
No, you can't. No, you
Mm-mm.
can't.
You can't.
What you? What about you, Renisha? What was the best piece of advice you had?
It's kind of like equivalent to the same thing. You shall not
Yeah.
judge the one that's being judged, and don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
And also, don't trust everyone. Let their gain their trust. Let them gain your trust.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree
That's
with
good.
that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because you know, there's shit out there we got to watch out for, and it's all in the dark.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I didn't know they was a serial killer. They was nice to me. No.
Yo, did you ever hear this when a guy is driving down the highway at night, right? A guy's driving
I'm
down the highway.
sorry, because it's just
Yeah,
scary, man.
that's reminding me of some guys driving down the highway at night, right? And he sees a hitchhiker on the road trying to catch a ride. So he pulls over. He pulls over. The hitchhiker gets in the car and everything, right? So
Right.
they're driving to introduce themselves and everything. The guy's driving and everything. So the hitchhiker's looking at the guy like, wow, like you're pretty nice. Like it's nighttime and everything, and you pulled over for a complete stranger. Like I could be a mass murder serial killer. So the driver was like, didn't even looked at him and laughed and said, "What are the odds of two mass murder serial killers, driving in a car together?"
Yeah, that's a funny one because he gonna get his ass chopped up on the way to be rescued.
No, for real.
While he was planning to chop the
You
motherfucker up
know,
that picked him up, you know?
hell yeah. He's like, yeah, what are the odds of two mass
Hey,
murderers and serial killers,
I don't pick up nobody, you know what I mean? I'm sorry. I want to be a good Samaritan, but if I got to stop on a dark road, it's peace out, yo.
Ain't, it ain't happening.
It ain't happening. It's
You ain't got to
vampires,
It
worry
ain't
about that.
werewolves,
happening.
all types of people out
No,
there,
you ain't got to worry.
cannibals, crazy
All
folk.
types.
Yeah,
Hell yeah. I
you
think
know?
I think the best piece of it, I done had a lot, but what can come into my mind right now is a hard head leaves a soft behind. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
I think
A
Mm-hmm.
everybody.
hard is that
That's
the right
true.
saying? A
What
hard head
what
leaves
does
soft
that
behind.
shit mean? No, elaborate. What the hell does that mean? What does it mean in the end?
No, what is it? Is it's not a hard head. A hard head
Makes a soft ass.
leaves a soft behind.
Yeah,
Basically,
sorry, sorry,
I don't.
world.
I think
Ass
it
is
goes
okay.
another way. Let me look. Let me look on Google. But the meaning, it means like it means that if you don't fucking listen and take heed to what somebody telling you, your ass is gonna get toe up.
Hmm. But I have to disagree with that, and you know why? Because some advice isn't relevant in those present moments. You got to hold on to the advice to see it coming, and then use it. Because if somebody tell me, "Oh, when you get older, this is going to happen," when I'm 12, I don't care. But when I'm 26, I need to be remembering, "Oh, this somebody told me this was going to happen." I need to be able to help myself. That's what advice is for. Longevity.
Yeah.
Um, I'm
Short term
saying like,
gain.
mm,
Could be. Don't go that way. The police down there. Whatever.
yeah, yeah, a hard head makes a
Make
soft
it
behind.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a hard head. Yeah, I learned that when I was down there on the block. They was trying to them old school cats was trying to tell me like, all right, boy, it's gonna catch up to you. And one of them said, a hard head leaves soft behind. I was like,
I think I
get that.
swallowed a gnat up in here.
You swallowed a gnat.
I think so.
Yeah, gnats up in that motherfucker. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
damn. What?
They come
All
with
right, on to
come
oh,
with medicine sometimes. Me.
but yeah.
We're gonna take a Fiji water break. Brought to you by Raw Wooded Podcast. One time.
We're not
Roll
getting
with it.
censored. Oh,
You know. We're gonna take a Fiji
We
water break.
finally
Hold up,
here.
let me see if I get that right. We're gonna take
Raw
a
with it
Fiji water break.
podcast.
Brought to
You
you
know
by Raw
who?
Wooded
The Fox
Podcast.
Silver. Silver.
yes.
So
Always imitating.
All right,
we
what's the
need them
next question?
sponsors. You need
Yeah.
them sponsors, man.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
You know.
All right, next question.
What are the benefits of physical touch in a relationship?
I think ladies should go first on that one if you don't mind. Be raw.
Yeah.
Tell
Say
a
it again.
man. Tell a man. What from
What's
your
the benefits
perspective?
of physical touch in a relationship?
Mm-hmm.
The benefits. Yeah. Go ahead, Renisha. All you.
Yeah. Drop some science from a female's wisdom.
Show enough.
Show up.
Okay. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
All
benefits
ears.
of physical touch in a relationship, it's kind of like a certain type of way of foreplay. like, okay, or just smacking her on her ass just when she crossed back, or just like giving her a hug from the back, a little certain little physical touch. A lot of men don't know. I kind of like make a little woman, little hoo ha, jump a little
Oh
bit
yeah.
throughout the day. It's just
Say
those
what?
little small little touches throughout
Wait
the
a sec.
day
Did you
can
not
lead
hear what
through
she
other
said? Do
things.
that again. Go back.
I didn't hear that. Say that
Go
again.
back.
Go
I
rewind.
was
You said make it go. What was
Make
that?
you go what? What was that?
I
Yeah, I
was
didn't get that.
saying, like little touches throughout the day. It's like a certain type of foreplay. It can make a little hoo ha, a little jump a little bit. You know,
Oh yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. I
so
So
agree with
that's what.
that.
yeah.
So it can lead to the end of the night, then you can get more out of a sexual
Hmm.
outcome from
Go
us
ahead.
than was just giving us nonchalant nothing. But you want some pussy at the end of the night. That don't make sense.
So
So
are you saying
I didn't even get a knowledge. It's pretty much about being acknowledged in their
are you
relationship.
should these little touches be throughout the day?
Yeah, yeah,
Throughout the day?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not like that, yo.
Not
I'm
like
He's
not
that.
like,
No,
feeling
no, no,
that.
no.
not like that, but I know what you meant when
Not
he
like
said
that. But I'm
I
just
already
saying.
know
Yeah.
what you meant. You didn't know. I had to help you with that.
that. That's funny.
Nah, the little touches throughout the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, like the little hugs, from the back,
And
or the
it
little,
can just be like, even with the same thing with men,
yeah,
like, men want to be touched too sometimes. All men don't like to be touched, but some men like to be touched from their woman.
I
Like
like
the
to be
back of the
touched.
neck, like, the back of the neck, touching their beard, touching their face, arm, touching their body.
I don't like. I
It
don't like
comes
all that
from
overkill, but I like to be touched. That's a little overkill, but
that's no, it's like certain times. It's not like all at once,
you know,
It's not
keep your
like
hands out my face. Go wash them first, or some shit.
say what? Say what? Go, go wash, go wash what?
go wash.
what?
Go wash your hands if you gonna put them in my face. Come on,
That's
Oh,
funny as
shit.
hell.
You know, could be picking your nose or something. There's some nasty girls out there.
I hope not. I hope
I
not.
You,
hope not.
they might not wash their hands coming out the bathroom and be like, "Ooh, baby," trying to be cute. Be like, come on,
Nah,
Mm, that's
come on now.
nasty.
man.
See, that slow that intimacy thinking down, right?
But what's y'all thoughts
You know,
on?
I think touch is good. Live touch. I done had some partners for a number of years. And then it's always fun when they can brush up against you and it turn you on, or that y'all are at that level of intimacy where it's like, can we go be together? And it's like, yeah, no problem. So little things go a long way. And we was just talking about that word romanticy. You got to be able to figure out how to touch a person appropriately to get them where they want to be.
Right.
Mhm.
I've
True.
done a lot. I've done a lot of that. That casual, sensual touching, because you with that person and you know what's coming later.
Mhm.
So you done learned them. You know how to touch them.
Right. And you know how to get the mind going. It's like, I can't wait till we have a couple more drinks when we be home soon. You got to
Yeah.
play the game, right?
Mhm.
Bro, check this out. I
But
was
even if it's your girl, you still got to play the game in order to keep it going.
every and I'm talking about women. Every woman don't know how to sensually touch a man.
Mm-hmm.
There are women that can touch a man and fucking bring him to his knees just
Yeah,
by the simplest touch.
That shit ain't gonna happen to me. But go ahead.
Bro. Let me explain. That shit ain't happened to you. That's
It ain't
all.
never gonna happen to me.
It ain't
Fuck
happened
that.
to you. I'm just saying. Now check this out.
Nah.
Check this out.
I understand there's men out there
But
like
hold
that.
up.
Respect,
Hold up.
respect. But that ain't gonna happen to me.
Yeah, I can. But hold up. This is what I'm saying.
You know.
There was what the fuck? Okay, I was in the Walmart. I was in the
It ain't
Walmart.
Game of Thrones and shit.
Check it out. I was in the
I know
Walmart.
what you've been talking about.
I told you. I was in the Walmart, right? So I'm in the scooter, right? Because my back fucked up. I'm in the scooter. I'm in the scooter at
Wait,
Walmart.
you know I like it when you call me on the scooter, man. You know that's
Yeah.
me too.
So I'm in the scooter. I'm getting my stuff and everything. So the lady helping me and stuff. As the lady is helping me,
Yeah, that's funny.
in front of me, there's the customer service line. All the people in Walmart at the customer service line. So it was this lady. You know, she was probably younger than me. You know, she might have been in her 40s, early 40s.
Right.
Nice looking, probably 5'5", 5'6", you know, in shape and everything. Looked like, you know, she was trying to get whatever the hell she had to get so she could get the hell up out of there. So she had put something in her pocket, and when she came out her pocket, she had her cards and receipts in her hand. And one of her cards fell on the ground. So I thought it was loud. I thought she was going to hear it, but she didn't hear it. So I'm looking at her. I said, "Excuse me, miss." And she looked at me, and I pointed to the ground. I said, "You dropped your card." So she looked down and she picked it up, and she said, "Oh, thank you." I said, "No problem." Right? So I finished getting my stuff, bagged it up. So now I'm headed towards the exit, you know, in the scooter and shit. I see the little lottery machine. I said, "Oh man, let me go ahead and play some numbers real quick." So I'm in front of the machine, you know, putting money in there. All of a sudden, someone touches my back, like with maybe like these three fingers, and like like this right here. Women, y'all know how y'all do, the ones that know how to do it. She did that to my back, like the center of my back. Like she knew exactly where the fuck to touch my back, Casimir. She touched my backs so softly, so sensually, so right.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, "Thank you." And I was like, shit, the fuck?
And you was on your knees inside
I
your
said
mind?
I was already sitting down, but yeah.
But
Yo, but hold on,
mentally,
guys.
you dropped to your
Check-
knees. You was like, oh,
Look,
shit,
mentally,
need it
I
every
was
day.
like, who the fuck is this touching me like that? Like, this is a
Who doing that?
stranger.
Who doing that like that, huh?
Who going like, cause that's some sensual shit. It's like you communicated through your hands to tell me if this was
But you gotta
somewhere
know
else.
how to do that. You gotta know how to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's right.
Every woman
because
don't know how to
women-
do that.
I love the women, so that's all I know. Women
I
have
thought she
to-
was gonna stop and give me a number or some shit. Like
She
I was
probably
like,
wanted you to ask for it.
she was moving too motherfucking fast, or maybe that touch was like, or maybe that touch might have been like the goddamn Star Trek Vulcan mind meld. That motherfucker froze me.
How about this?
It froze me.
Maybe that's all she needed for her day.
Oh
To
yeah.
be able to touch somebody gently, compassionately, and sensuously. Maybe that made her thing go, ooh, I'm going home.
Yeah, that could have made her thing go
Right.
woo ha. Woo ha.
I'm going home now.
Like she ain't touched.
She had her own fantasy.
Right. She may have never hadn't touched a man like that in a long motherfucking time, because I felt that shit. That was not a casual. That wasn't no casual fucking touch. That was like, baby, come to the bed, come to the bedroom touch.
No,
And
you
I
know,
ain't. I know
that
everybody out
romanticism.
there.
That's you making that shit up right there. That's in your
I
head right there.
Cashmere, for real,
Take
bro.
that one
You
too
know me.
far.
No, bro.
Take
That's
that
how.
too
That's
far.
what
Too far.
I'm,
Too
bro.
far.
That's
Too far.
what I'm saying. That shit was too fucking far.
You
Oh,
just want to
Rhodesia,
feel
was you
good
on the
about
phone
it.
with me? Did I tell you about that shit?
Yeah, you did.
That shit was,
Right after you
yo,
came back
that
from the
was
store.
not. That was not normal. That was not a normal touch, bro.
Okay.
That was not a normal
Okay.
touch.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
she was fucking with me.
That's why it's not normal, because you subjectifying it. Don't do that.
I don't care. I don't care.
All
I
right.
was
I'm gonna
caught.
leave it. I'm gonna leave
I
that.
was caught. I was caught in the moment. She knows how to. I imagine like, damn, if she can do that with just that little bit, boy, I wonder.
Key word.
You did too. You said that too.
I imagined.
Yeah, I
That's
did.
it.
I
End
imagine.
of it. Next question.
Ooh, that was hot.
Next question.
Okay. How do you communicate your needs and desires to your partner?
What?
How do you create? Oh shoot! What did I say? How do you communicate your needs and desires to your partner?
Wait a second.
Your
Is
knees.
that
You
a
said
one-part question or a three-part
No, hold
question?
on, wait.
what?
How do you communicate your
You communicate
needs, and
needs,
desires
desires
to your partner?
to your partner? That's a great
Yes.
question. Thank you. Thank you for helping me out. You know, I'm way out here in the Pacific Northwest, so we don't hear that good from Wisconsin. You know that, right? It's a long way.
What?
We don't hear that good out here. You know, it's a long distance. You know, that's like 1,900 miles. You know,
Oh my goodness, that is
but
funny.
but but how do you communicate your needs and your desires to your partner? Is basically what
Yeah.
you want to know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I think that's a great question, and I think the
Great,
world
great.
deserves an honest answer, right?
That is a great question.
And I think the world wants to know what more can we do, because I think we definitely lacking in that part of our social intimacy and our person to person intimacy, because we're in such a physical hurry and we rush the people that we love to get to the end of showing them we love them through physical
Mm-hmm.
touch. So I think one of the really most important parts of showing them is taking your time with them and never feeling rushed with each other. Because I might want to touch for a long time. I might want to touch in the shower, and we still an hour away from having any type of physical sex. You know, it's really about being able to take time with that person you love and that you want to enjoy that part of the specialness with. And if you
Mm-hmm.
don't understand that, it's always going to be, hey, come here, let me get some. And then when it's over in 12 minutes, you call it intimacy. That ain't right. Unless it's a quickie,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Most of the time, you know, intimacy is going to be a 90% quickie, but touching is really about taking your time and I think helping your partner enjoy their bodies with you, no matter who they are, you know. I
That's
think that
next level shit.
that's some real truth, because I've been with some women that don't really know how good their own bodies can feel to them, because no one has taken the time to really help that come through from their own expressions of what they want to feel like or how they react.
Right.
I didn't know I like that. You know, it takes
They
time,
didn't
because some
know.
women don't raise families, or they young, or don't have no experience. Guys don't have no experience. You know, they hooking up, you know, and hooking up is as good as it gets.
They didn't know it can feel that good.
Right. They didn't know it could feel that
They didn't
good, you
know.
know what I mean? Because if somebody spent more than 32 seconds in a certain area, it might actually feel better.
Instead of just 5.
Yeah. You know,
You know,
or
you you
or
you may
minutes.
have that body. You may have that body map routine. You start here
Mm-hmm.
for a minute. then you move over here
Mm-hmm.
for a few seconds, then you repeat, you spin the block and go back where you started, then you come back to that
Mm-hmm.
new area. You know, people may have a map of how they do they thing, and it's all the same timing in a certain place instead of looking at the reaction to the person that you're being intimate with.
I agree. I agree. Because women know, oh, that's how he touch everybody. Every guy makes a square or an X pattern or a barn door or a bullseye. Every
A
guy does the same
bullseye,
shit,
spelling
right?
your name, drawing
Hmm.
shit. You know what I mean?
Every guy makes a racetrack across your boobs or some
You
shit.
know
You
what
know
I'm
what I mean?
saying?
Come on,
Like,
you know.
I this one ain't gonna be a figure eight. Oh, this one gonna be a
That's funny.
expanded. This gonna
Look,
be
we
an
go.
expanded track
Oh,
right here.
oh, hold up. Sidebar, yo, sidebar, Captain. I think we just broke the covenant because we told women what we know that they know. Oh
N-
shit. Oh shit.
Yo,
We know
I
that
don't
shit.
know, man. I heard,
I'm sorry.
yo, this girl. I just heard this shit online. The female said, "Oh, yeah, let me spell my name." I was like, "Huh?"
That's like high school. What is that shit? I think
Yo,
I
she
just broke
said,
the
"Let me
covenant.
spell my name." I was like, "Oh, so the females be doing this shit too, huh?" Yeah.
What? Like she like licked her name out or some shit?
Nah, I think she was riding the motherfucker talking about.
She was lying and that she was spelling her name.
Look at that, Ronish. You know what the hell I'm talking about?
What was
Shut
she
up.
doing? Tell me, help me, enlighten. Tell me what young people are doing. Tell me.
This is just she riding the dick as she's spelling her name. Just as she said, she's bouncing. That's
With her
it.
body, she's spelling the movement
Yep.
L
Yep.
O
Yeah.
R
Yeah.
O. Oh, you know
What? Don't spell my name.
that might be fun. I don't know if that's how you spell your name, but that might that
Yeah,
might be
but
fun.
yeah.
Shit, I tell her with that shit.
You know what I'm
Fuck
saying?
it.
I didn't think of it. Didn't think of that shit.
I'll be like, hold up, what you doing? Your name is Captain. I'm like, go ahead. I wouldn't
I
care
ain't gonna
because
tell y'all everything. Good thing I ain't tell you everything.
hey, you ain't got to tell me everything because
We're gonna
I
figure that
already
shit
know
out.
everything.
Huh?
I already know everything.
We're gonna
No, you
figure it
don't.
out. If we don't.
Mm-hmm. You know, you
All right, that,
know, that was good. That's some fun shit right there. So you got to
some
keep
fun
it
shit.
real, right? You got to be
That
raw
was some
with
point
it.
shit.
You know,
Yeah. That was some point. That was some point shit right there. You
that's
know what
some
I'm
funny
saying?
shit. Hey.
That's some
Let's
funny
do
shit.
some raw with it shit. Like we raw with it podcast. Bring some. Let everybody do some raw with it intros. It's like, yeah, I'm just we on raw with it tonight. What we talking about? And just drop shit. Just drop some shit. Be like, we just, we raw with it. Everybody freestyling. You got 30 seconds. It's the raw with it
Hell
podcast.
yeah.
We're bringing you some new rhymes, fresh and new stuff. We're bringing you some new stuff from all over the
Some
planet.
new
We're gonna
shit.
bring you
Yeah.
some
You
new
know what
shit.
I'm saying?
And what we're gonna talk about right now is whatever we
What's
want to
next?
talk about.
What's next? Can you hear me? Testing, testing.
We can hear you. I can hear you.
All right, cool. All right, what we got now?
We're gonna talk about the people problem. What's wrong with people?
How do you build trust and vulnerability in a relationship?
Trust and vulnerability at the same time.
Can you
How do
build
you
vulnerability?
yeah, some guys don't feel comfortable telling some females like everything that they've been through and telling their emotions. So I
Everything
think
they've been through, like what? They mama locked them out the house, or they ain't had no food to eat when they was in college.
I don't know, y'all a man, so you don't answer that question.
I mean, but you got to tell us what man done told you, and you got to tell the other women out there how to help them if you know something that you could give up. Shit, ain't
Welcome
that
to
right?
Ronesha. As
No,
part of
I understand, but
how important
I
it is
understand.
trust and loving.
You what?
I said, I'm sorry, I thought I heard my son. Thought I heard my son. I said, I was trying to get it from a man's perspective because women don't really have that problem with vulnerability in a relationship and trust.
That's bullshit. But go
So
ahead.
a woman really don't have a problem with, like, expressing their feelings,
That's
you
some
know.
bullshit too. But go ahead.
Oh yeah,
How is that not? How is that bullshit? Can you
Go ahead.
elaborate?
I mean, that's some straight bullshit.
testing.
That's some BS. You staticky, but we can hear you.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get it right. All right. Um. All right. What's that question again? How to
That's some
build trust
bullshit. But
How do
go
you
ahead.
build trust
ability?
and vulnerability in a relationship?
I don't get it. Trust and vulnerability.
It's
Hmm.
like you can't build vulnerability. Vulnerability exists already. You
Well, you
can't
got to
Hmm.
build
be
vulnerability.
willing to
In a
sacrifice.
relationship, I think you guys like misconstrue like the question a little bit. I said, how do you build trust and vulnerability in a relationship? Of course, everybody have vulnerability. Yeah,
Mhm.
but how do you build it in a relationship is what I was asking.
Well, you can only be vulnerable if the other person allows you to trust them. Can't be vulnerable otherwise. Because the person I'm telling something to, they're allowing me to trust them with this. That's the vulnerability.
Right.
Mhm.
That's the vulnerability.
Yeah.
And then when they fuck that up, excuse me, or mess it up or betray it, then you'll know how far you're willing to go to be vulnerable with a person in your future or with that person
Mhm.
Right.
again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if that person says, hey, that was some serious shit, I didn't know your mother was that mean, or I didn't know you got up that, so, I didn't know that happened, or blah, 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 right? Whatever life throws you. So
Yeah.
I have to be willing to trust you with the
Mhm.
thing that's painful to me. That's
So
how
how
you,
do you how would
that's
you
how you,
do that? How do you get that from
How
I
do you get
think
to
someone?
that point?
I think it's through friendship with the other person or with people, you know what I mean? Because sometimes friendship can be more intimate than platonic. Platonic
Yeah.
friendships have a lot of intimacy, right? So we talk about intimacy and how we build trust. We learn that through the platonic part of our life, because those are the people we might trust more than our partners at times, because I'd
Absolutely.
have known somebody 20 years and I just started dating somebody 6 months. That 6 month person don't have all of my trust. So obviously I ain't gonna be that vulnerable. Right.
Mhm.
Not
Right.
non-judgmental. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna be that vulnerable, but I think sometimes love gives us the impression we should be vulnerable to, you know.
Hell no.
It's like, well, if I love you, then I should be able to tell you everything I feel or whatever happened to me. Be like, yeah, I thought I liked
Theoretically,
your ass,
yeah.
but you crazy now. Peace
You
out.
know what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah.
you trust in, so you're being vulnerable. Like, you're not just going to give somebody all of that in the beginning. You're going to test them out. You're going to give them little stuff
Mm-hmm.
and see how they manage and handle that.
Right, because they
You
ain't
know
gonna be
what
able to
I'm saying?
handle, how your sister died tragically or something. They
Right.
ain't gonna be able to handle why you still
Nah,
messed up.
they ain't going to be able to do that.
Nah,
So you
y- you
so
know.
you give them little stuff to see that you can trust them with that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If they give that little stuff, they start talking about that, say their girlfriend or their sister, their relative come over to the house, and then that person asks you, so how's your man how are you managing that ED?
Mm.
You're like, huh?
That'd be fucked up. Put you on blast and shit. You
Like
know what I
what?
mean?
Like, yeah, your lady said you was having problems in the bedroom. What?
That's fucked up. I
You know what
wouldn't
I'm
trust her
saying?
no more. I would never trust her again.
That's it. No, you
That's
blew
it.
it. You
You blew it.
fucking blew it.
You blew it.
You blew it.
You blew it. You blew it. You blew it. But then, you want to build trust and be vulnerable at the same time. You know, you could leave your wallet on the dresser. You just start dating a girl, she nosy, or a guy,
See
he
what happens.
nosy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But you know, you got to booby trap it. You know, you got to put a
booby.
piece of tape on
Hell
one
yeah,
side so they don't know
hell
how to
yeah.
put the shit back. You know, and you know you
Put
can't
some,
trust that motherfucker because they
put
went through
some,
your shit.
Kaz, put some fluorescent paint. See
Yeah, you know,
some
you booby
invisible
trap it. You
fluorescent
know,
shit
you know,
on your wallet or whatever,
uh huh. You know, they
and
don't leave some
then
fingerprints on your shit that wasn't yours, so
have all the motherfucking lights off in the bedroom and turn on your ultraviolet light, and there
mm-hmm.
she is, fingerprints
All caught
all
up
over
and
every
shit.
motherfucking thing.
That's
Like,
fucked up, yo. But
bitch,
that's a good one. I'm gonna save that shit for the
you gonna
future.
use
Fuck
that
it.
one? I'll let you get
I'm gonna let the, can I borrow that? Can I borrow that one? I
Yes,
would
sir.
appreciate your permission to be able to incorporate that into my
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah.
toolbox of
Do your
resources.
thing. Do
Thank
your
you.
thing, bro.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
You know, I know I'm a guest on your show. I don't want to steal your shit, but I appreciate
Oh,
that.
had
Thank you.
that.
Yeah,
If
because
they hear it,
that's a good one.
for the giving. It's for the giving.
That's
What
a
else
good
you got,
one.
bro?
I'm gonna have to be like, bitch, I got your ass now.
Gotcha, gotcha. Know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, but that's hilarious, bro. You come up with some good ones every now and then. You got some good ones. I give it to you. I give it to you.
Appreciate it. That's fucked up, though.
You got that's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
That'd just be terrible, wouldn't it? Be like, bitch, how could you do that? You know how you can't.
What happened?
What happened? I got you.
Damn. Hey,
But you see,
we got about
not
8 more
everybody's
minutes, and we're
gonna
gonna wrap this
understand.
show up.
Right. And not everybody's going to understand where we at with this because you got to have enough experience to understand why that just be the turning page right there.
That's it.
That be the turning page. And a lot of people don't know that's where, you know, sometimes, hey, you got to booby trap shit, you know, to make a difference
That's
real
right.
quick, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Experience.
You got to have experience.
Experience.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I got to take my medicine. I was laughing too much.
All right, Ronesha, your last question. We're gonna make this last to the end.
Okay. How can you find a way in your relationship when you and your partner are on bad terms to get back to intimacy?
So that's like if y'all had a fight and
Not talking, y'all went to sleep and still mad, but y'all want something from each other. Don't feel like giving it. Just don't feel like giving in from the argument. But how do you guys get back to that intimacy spot when y'all on bad terms? Pretty much.
You know, I think you got to always be a grown up about it. You can't go to sleep mad. You know, you gotta take a page from. I don't mean to say this, but you got to take a page from the Cosby Show. Don't go to bed mad. You know, that's a big thing. I learned that one because you wake up mad and then you wake up, you know, on the wrong side all the time. But I done been there, you know, personally. I done been there where you have an argument before bed or an argument 2 or 3 times a day and you can't sort it out. But somebody sleep early, somebody come home late, you know. I always went to bed hugging my girl, no matter what happened, no matter what she said to me. I was gonna get my cuddle in for that night because I ain't know what was gonna happen the next morning. So I wanted mine in real time, and I'll be honest with that. That's the way I solved it. That made her feel good a lot because it always made us feel connected again. Still, even if we didn't speak about the problem or still couldn't sort it out, I still never went to sleep without touching her. And I'll take that back a little bit. Maybe 5% of the time I did because I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna touch her ass. That's just stupid, you know. Or it was whatever it was like, hey, she gonna be the one to roll over this way tonight, you know. And a lot of times it worked out, but I liked the way she felt, so I didn't care if she was mad as long as she let me touch her. She could be mad as long as she ain't take that away.
That's it.
That's it. You know.
I try to always talk things out. You know what I'm saying? I try to talk things out because you can talk everything out. Communication is key. You can talk things out.
I'm gonna have
Just
to say that's
because you
some
don't,
bullshit too. But
yeah,
go ahead.
well, check it. You do. You can talk things out, but you both have to be willing to talk things out, not talk at each other. Try to talk to get an understanding. Try to have an objective when you're talking to the individual. A lot of time, the emotions get in the way, and you can't accomplish that. Most times,
That I'll agree with. I agree with that
yeah,
one.
emotions get in the way, so your ears get clogged up because of all that heat, that smoke that be
Mhm.
coming at them. So you ain't gonna be able to hear shit.
Hmm.
You just trying to voice what was wronged to you.
Mhm.
You're not reaching for understanding. So in a debate, in an argument, always try to reach for understanding. That's your objective.
I think understanding sometimes is above people's capacity because they stuck in their own negative loop or how they feel loop and they can't get out of their loop. You know, that's their speedway. That don't slow down for some people to get to understanding. Like, I feel this way. Here are my reasons for feeling this way. You feel that way. Tell me your reasons and I'll respect them. We can't,
Right.
that, people don't have that real level of, I have to be honest with myself to be able to do that skill set because
Like
that's what that takes. I
yeah.
got to be
Help
honest with me because my feelings
help
are hurt. And if I can't tell you how I feel, how are you going to even understand what went
right.
wrong?
Help me understand.
Mm-hmm.
Help me
That's it. Help me understand. It's like this went wrong. Here's why.
yeah.
And what do you think about it? You got to be able to take it back though, because some of the shit
Yeah.
might be your own fault,
Right.
no matter
You
what it
gotta be
is.
you have to see. I think we look at things out of our own perception instead of the other person's perception. And
Right.
when we look at the other person's perception, we're still looking at it in our eyes because we're like, well, how the fuck can you feel that way? I
Right.
wouldn't feel that way. Well, you're
Right.
not them.
Right. I'm
You
a
know?
multi-instrument. Why would I feel like a delicate daisy in the wind or the summer breeze? That's
Exactly.
not who I am. What the hell do you expect?
Somebody had told me years ago, you can't tell somebody how they feel.
No,
Yeah.
you
You
cannot.
cannot tell somebody how they feel.
No. That's why they created them false words like empathy, sympathy, compassion, apathy, them words that describe how another person feels. That we get to make up how they feel and think
Yeah.
that's how they really feel, right?
We may have shared experience. You felt this way, I felt this way. We shared an experience
That's
that might
true.
have been similar and
Hmm.
everything.
Like
But
for
I'm
example, let me see. I'm sorry to sidebar you because
go
your
for it.
show. For example, you say we shared an experience when you've gone to the museum and you've seen a Picasso. How did you feel? And then you could ask me the same question because that would be a shared experience, but we would feel different, right?
Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now.
Right.
Now, if you went into a museum and looked at paintings, what would you be looking for?
Well, I had an experience in the Philadelphia Metropolitan Art Museum a couple years ago, and
Right,
I saw a Monet, and we had plenty of time in the museum, and I saw
right,
the Monet, and it had become the most beautiful thing I had ever seen in my entire life.
right.
Just
Why?
extraordinarily gorgeous, colorful, bright, and live, and just just remarkable in the wonder that someone could create such a thing from their own imagination and skills. It was just extraordinary. And
Right,
granted, I've seen many beautiful things,
right,
people, places, things. I've seen plenty of things. But that one thing still remains today the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life. That is how I feel. That is my experience in that museum at that
Right.
time on that day. Now,
Yeah.
I would have felt differently another day, maybe, but on that day, I was overwhelmed by just the beauty of art and the wonder of how.
That part. That's where I would have. That's where I would have spent a lot of time on the how,
How beautiful.
because as an artist, I'm looking at the detailed, right? I'm looking at the detail in the art, and I'm trying to figure out how they decided to create it like that. Never
Mm-hmm.
mind the subject. Never mind that. I'm trying to look at brush strokes. I'm trying to look at how they created those colors, how they created those shadows, how they created the illusion and everything. That's what I'm looking at.
Right.
But I'm taking in the beauty of it.
Beautiful.
But I'm paying attention to the technical part,
Right.
because in my mind as an artist, I want to know how to create that same effect. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
And see,
I'm
and me
thinking, yeah,
as a naturescape, I'm looking at the naturescape and I'm like,
yeah,
wow, wow, because that is the beautiful thing. All artists, all the classic masters painted outdoors. That's the best light. Beautiful, just beautiful.
that's a different light.
Mm-hmm.
Outside light is a different light.
Mm-hmm. That shit was more beautiful than a Yellowstone trout on a sunny day with mountaintops in the background. More
You
beautiful than
sure?
that.
You sure? Because that
I'm
trout, that's
sure.
colorful trout. That's
I'm
colorful
sure.
trout.
More beautiful than that.
That's
Mountaintops,
that's a good picture. That's a good picture.
glistening
What you
water,
described right there.
and a trout. Oh, Monet picture. No trout.
Ooh. Now
Mm-hmm.
that's a beautiful picture.
That's a
Because
beautiful picture.
that trout looked beautiful. Rainbow trout, you said?
Nope. I'll have to say
What?
brown trout.
A
Golden,
brown trout
glistening with brown
glistening in the
spots. Look
stream?
like
In the
in
stream?
the Yellowstone River and shit, looking like
Oh,
little chocolate
oh,
drops on the trout with
oh,
the sun in the
oh,
background. It's like, oh
oh.
man.
See, that's
No,
that right there. That right
Monet.
there.
Monet.
That right there.
Monet.
Speaking
That
of Yellowstone.
that will be my Monet. That's my Monet.
Yeah.
Nothing more beautiful. Everything's
That's
my
dope.
Monet now. Nothing. Everything's below that.
That's that. I'm gonna give you this right here for that one right there. Where we at? I like that. All right, everybody. We had a really good show. We're gonna drop it, end it on this note, on the note of beauty of Monet. We're gonna drop it, leave it. We're gonna leave it right there. Ronesha look like she about to fall the fuck out.
Uh-huh. Don't smoke that shit. Stop smoking that shit while you're working.
Trying to smoke that shit.
You
Trying to
alright,
pop that
girl.
shit. You ain't
You
mad with that
alright.
shit. You gonna be all right. You gonna be all
alright.
right. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. We know we haven't been on in a long while. Thank you for tuning in with the podcast. Let's thank our guest, Casimir.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for letting me run about with words.
He will be back. Let's what you had to say, Cas?
I said thank you for letting me run about with words. You can call me Runabout from now on.
Runabout. All right, runabout. All right. Casimir will now be known as Runabout. All right, you got that. Don't forget that. Let's thank Ronesha. Ronesha was in the house. That's what I'm talking about. All right, everybody, we're going to sign now and we're going to see y'all again. Hopefully, we'll air this on Tuesday at 8 o'clock or sometime during the week. All right. But like, if you don't know, now you know. And listen, and if this is your first time listening to Raw with a podcast, please follow us on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Look us up. All right. Like, share, follow. This is Raw with It podcast, y'all, and we always gonna keep it raw. Peace.
And we're going to have a Fiji water break as I say goodbye. Peace out, world. See you next
For
time.
sure.
Coming right at you. Raw with It podcast.
Oh, that ain't the one.
So, you know,
Hey,
it is what it
Right
is.
here.
hey,
Excuse me, I'm taking shots. So, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get it in right now.
all right, so that's it. Set as outro video, and the recording is done. I ended in recording. I did it already.
No, let's do the same recording, man.
It's still recording.
Mhm.
All right.
So, you know,
Hey,
it is what it
Right
is.
here.
hey,
Excuse me, I'm taking shots. So, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get it in right now.